Well, welcome back. It's Ukraine taking on Greece. It is semi-final time here in Matosinhos at the IPSA GoalBall European Championships. Of course, this being Group B. Essentially, whoever wins this will definitely be promoted. We have been told there are 3 promotion spots, potentially 4, with the potential exclusion of Russia for next year's competition. So, if that does indeed stand and they are not allowing Russia to compete in next year's competition, then all 4 teams in the semi-finals will be promoted. But of course, there's so much more on the line. There's promotion medals are also on the line. This could change the careers of some of these GoalBall players. And the funding, of course. You sort of forget this sometimes in these lesser funded sports, such as GoalBall, as, well, you know, myself and a lot of the people watching and here competing and watching on are big fans of the sport. You've also got to bear in mind that, you know, as much funding as they can possibly get will always depend on success. So for these teams, success will mean more funding, more competition, more players, more staff. Of course, means more gold medals, more competitions, more chances to win silverware. And that is what is on the line here, getting through to tomorrow's grand final, which will be taking place, of course, not only here on KuriakosTV, but in the Grand Hall, this being Hall B. We have Hall A, the Grand Hall, for tomorrow's finals. Well, Klaxon says we've got a minute and a half to go. Referee's just going over to put on the eye shades and check the eye patches of the players. And our starting lineups for today. We have for Greece, number 2, Akko Vasiliki, the number 2. Number 4, Mavrorati Valampia. And number 7, Naka Paraskevi. As for Ukraine, they have the number 1 starting, Mahalita Bilik. The number 3 starting, Ola Lukianchuk. And the most experienced member of their squad, number 8, Yulia Fakieva. Well, going into this, Greece and Ukraine finished 3rd and 2nd respectively, both on identical wins and losses, but it was the goal difference where it all made the most difference. They had the same amount of points, but Ukraine only conceded 12 goals in 6 games overall. Now that is a very sizable difference compared to Greece. They conceded 22 goals only in the opening 6 games of the tournament. Now we are just about ready to get off and underway. Might be slightly delayed as the klaxon goes, but no. Referee Juva is happy on the right hand side. So Greece lining up in all blue and Ukraine lining up in all yellow. 12-minute halves. If you're new to the sport, this is the first time watching. A war cry there from Greece. And a slight war cry from Ukraine. Which has been taken quite lightly, of course. There's such a brilliant level of competition and an understanding and genuine friendship between all the teams here. Yes, it's about winning, but it's so much more than that as well. It's about giving these blind and visually impaired athletes the chance to shine on the global and European stage. Well, we're off and underway. Shot there coming from the number 3, Ola Lukianchuk. Now, Greece going forward. Nice block. And unfortunately, there, Mahalita Bilik just losing out with the ball in her hands as it squirms away from her. Into Greece possession it goes. Nice block there, diving away to her left by Bilik. Now plays it towards the winger who's coming to the centre to take this shot. It's a bouncing effort and just about squeezes into the legs of the number 3 for Greece, who has started this game. It's from 3-2-3 there. Eleni blocking the shot of Lukianchuk. And it is Eleni to return the favour, well blocked by the Ukrainian. Some interesting tactical changes coming into this game. And witnessed both these teams play earlier on today. Ukraine just about stopping an opportunity there as it was creeping over the line. Eleni getting involved now. She's playing out on the wide right. That's not an unfamiliar position for her, but Nako Palaskevi playing in the centre is very interesting. Nearly squeezing it in there was Chelidaki Eleni. And my days as Olya Lukianchuk got her work cut out in the opening 2 minutes here. So many shots she's just managed to just about stop with her ankles, more or less. Again, looking for that pocket of space between the centre and the left winger there on this near side. But it's the right winger that picks it up. It is the most experienced member of the squad for Ukraine, Yulia Fakeva. Her shot was saved. And to end stuff at the moment, it's still 0-0. The score remains. No surprises, really. No team wanting to bite first and go for that opening audacious effort that could potentially cost them. Either with an instant reply or, of course, with those high and long balls that, of course, can come into play. Nice shot there. And smothered well by the number 3, Chelidaki Eleni. But that's a nice shot from her, and that's a wonderful save from Malita Bielik and Lukianchuk teaming up together there to just hit that away from danger. It's all Greece at the moment, nicely swept away with the legs, going in an outwards motion from the inside to the out on that far side by Malita Bielik. It is Fakeva shooting, going diagonally, and just about stopped by Eleni. Did ever so well. Stopped it, squared over the top of her, but she was there equal to it. Comes back to Ukrainian territory now with Lukianchuk. Goes for the underarm throw, comfortably saved. And the referee just stopping for a eye shade check there on Malita Bielik. Check is over. And we're okay to continue. Over on that far side, trying to squirm it in. Wonderful save by Yulia Fakeva. Didn't look like she was going to get there then, but she swapped out with her feet just to send that out wide. And out of into touch. Anyone's guess where the first goal is going to come from in this game. But Ukraine, from that side defence we saw in the groups, look a little bit shaken up here against a very high-flying Greek side that, of course, just won by 10-0 via the mercy rule against Portugal in their last group game. We spoke then about how much confidence has to play in these GoalBall games. And well, we're witnessing that here with Greece, who, like I say, are on some red-hot form and feeling very confident. They've put their 3 most informed players out on the pitch. However, number 4, Mavronotti, Evalampia, must feel quite hard done by not to make the team. She was really good earlier on and has been throughout the tournament. Well, play has just been stopped momentarily. If you're not familiar with Matasinhos or Porto in the area, we are right next to an airport, so not the most practical location really for a blind competitive competition, but nevertheless that stoppage is over. A bouncing effort and nearly squirming into that pocket, but Lukianchuk getting there. comes Eleni. That's a nice effort and outstretched. Lukianchuk again equal to it. Despite this being 0-0, this is a really entertaining fixture. And enthralling is certainly the right word. So just a momentary pause there while doors are closed. Right, we're ready to resume once again. It's a bobbling effort, bounces up, but just about blocked by the centre player. Bielik, forced to Fakeva on that right side. She goes for a bouncing attempt and just tipped wide by the winger on that far side. Let go of Akasaliki. And 0-0 the score remains. 6.5 minutes to go of this first half. Another shot there, blocked. Back out into play it comes and then swept again forward. Blocked by the centre. Will it be kept in? No, but it's okay. It's an Italian ball. Sorry, a Greek ball, should I say. The Italians have just walked in, so you won't have to excuse me on that one. Well blocked there and smothered very well by Naka Paraskevi. Over halfway gone in this first half, the ball just squirms out of play. Ukrainian ball. This game on a knife edge at the moment. Quarter of the game gone, 3 quarters to go. Here is Lukianchuk, straight down the midriff once more. Of Eleni, of Greece. Now Vasiliki has it in a central position coming over from the left. That's a bouncing effort and nearly squirmed under the left arm of Malita Bielik, but she held on to it. Gives it to her right-sided winger, whose shot is comfortably saved by Greece. And once again, they're going for that left winger coming in towards the centre and then driving it towards the right-hand side. It's deflected up and nearly falls in to the back of the net. Ukraine escape another scare there from the Greeks. This Trojan horse battling away against this Ukrainian giant. It would certainly be an upset that not many people saw coming, but this certainly is. Ukraine take the lead. Lukianchuk getting it in the pocket between the centre and this near side winger, and giving Ukraine the lead. And now they need to hold it, which that's what they've done so well throughout this tournament. If they can double their lead before the break, that would be ideal for Ukraine. Now with that near-sided winger, the right side of Greece's trio, going for that shot, blocked. And going for another one, blocked again. Greece now back in possession. Ball goes out, Ukrainian ball. Substitution for Greece. Coming off is number 3. That is Chalidaki Eleni. She has been replaced by the in-form Mavronati Avlampia. to get back underway now, with Mavronati Evlampia on the field. And it was Vasiliki there with that shot. Now the goal scorer for Ukraine there having a shot. Lukianchuk comes back now to the substitute. That's a stronger effort from Evlampia. That's what we know she can do. Lukianchuk then just having to rush her shot a little bit. Smothered well by Evlampia, who picks it up. She knows what she wants to do. That's run up towards goal and shoot and try and squirm it in, but it does go out before it reaches the goal. Ukrainian ball. Also saved again by the ever-present Malhalita Bilik in that central position. Hooked away there with the toe of Naka Paraskevi. So again, the referees just make sure it's quiet enough to play so they can hear the bell, and that's nicely kept out of play by Yulia Fakeva. There you go, Greece with an attack. It won't squeeze in again. Ukraine just have this great back line which just don't seem to separate. There's no real leaks in that defence to try and squirm a shot in. Timeout called by the referees, which will give them a couple of moments just to go over a couple of things. But with 2.5 minutes to go of this first half, score is Ukraine 1, Greece 0. So we're ready once again to resume. There's a nice crowd in here watching this first semi-final before we have Finland taking on Hungary shortly after. Should be the final game of today's women's category. And come Greece with that bobbling effort straight into the chest there of Lukianchuk. And Evlampia equal to her return effort. Can she do something of her own? Not quite, it goes out of play. She needs to just try and keep it in the lines, which is what she's doing there. Now she's feeling around the pitch to see where those lines are, to try and learn from it in future. And that's really, really good work there from Evlampia. Understanding why her shots aren't going the way she wants them to. Is that going to deflect? Oh, nearly does fall into the net. And Lukianchuk just clears. Finding it very surprising that Greece are going down the route between Malita Bilik and Olha Lukianchuk instead of going down the other side of the pitch. Yeah, well, yes, you've got the more experienced Yulia Fakeva, but she is much smaller than Lukianchuk, which means she can't cover as much area. But the Greeks clearly have some tactics. And to be fair, they are only 1-0 down. Definitely not over yet. And there goes Evlampia. High ball called there by the referee. Evlampia looks absolutely devastated. But it is a penalty to Ukraine to be taken by, at the moment, with the ball in her hand, Halita Bilik. But no, it will be Lukianchuk to take it. And she tucks it in. Oh, it's a wonderful save. Absolutely brilliant from Mavronotti. Evlampia redeems herself. That's a miraculous save. Dove from one side of the net to the other. Oh, it's definitely one of the saves of the tournament we have seen so far. Well, into the final 60 seconds of this first off. It really should be 2-0 if it wasn't for that Evlampia miraculous save, really. That's the only way I can put it. A genuine wonder save. Evlampia has the ball in her hands. Balling it out. Kicked away there by Mahalita Bielik. Fakeva down the middle. Greece now have possession back with Vasiliki on that far side, coming inwards from the left, bouncing that towards the centre, but well smothered again by, you've guessed it, Mahalita Bielik. Now comes to Evlampia. She goes down towards the centre. Once again, Bielik is there. Now comes over towards this near side left. She'll float towards the line, just about keep it in, and that's a nice smart save from Evlampia. With 2 seconds remaining on the clock, she won't have time to shoot. She will, and it will go in, but of course it will not count. That's the klaxon for half-time. 1-0 the score to Ukraine. A fortuitous opener, let's call it, from the number 3, Olha Lukianchuk, gave Ukraine the lead. Only a few moments ago, they had the chance from the penalty following a high ball from Greece's Mavronotti Evlampia to extend their advantage, but Evlampia came out on top against Lukianchuk, diving from one side of the net to the other, listening brilliantly and tipping it round the post to keep the score at 1-0 at half-time. Ukraine in control at the moment, but Greece have been pushing and pushing. Have had more or less double the shots that Greece have had. Been a very interesting second half. Once more at the break. Ukraine 1, Greece 0. We're about ready to get off and underway for the second half. Once again, a reminder of the score if you are just joining us. Ukraine lead by 1-0 and currently have one step into tomorrow's grand final for that gold medal. And at the moment, will definitely be going up to Group A for next year's competition. Well, Greece have got it all to do. It's a really good crowd in here for this one. Plenty of the other teams that have come down and watch. as well as plenty of other fans as well. Well, let's hope that the players on the field can deliver. Well, back up and underway. Can Greece get an instant response after the break? No. Smothered there by Ukraine. Reminder, they only conceded 12 goals during the entirety of the group stage. In all fairness, Greece only conceded 22, but that is 10 goals difference. That is quite a lot of difference in all fairness, but once again, Greece piling on the pressure. A shot from this near side going across towards the far. Tipped away. Yeah, steps up. Ukraine once again searching for that second and just about held on to by Vasiliki. Nearly let go of it, but she kept on. And she takes the shot on herself. And once again, Mahalita Bielik has just been a monster in the centre for Ukraine. Everything that has come that way, or just to the right, or just to the left, Bielik has been there. She's been an absolutely outstanding player. And just a nuisance to play against. And once again getting there, not just with her legs, not just with her arms, and her entire body just gets there to smother the ball in there. That's very tactical play from her. She gets the ball, blocks it, takes that clock down a little bit, realises the 10 seconds is about to elapse, chucks the ball out, sends ball back to Greece, yes, but no penalty for Ukraine. There goes Evlampia once again. Just that time of Bielik getting there. Falls now to Lukianchuk. Pulls it out underarm towards that far side. An instant return, but does go out wide. Here's Lukianchuk. Just about blocked by the substitute, Mavronati Evlampia. Save that penalty from Lukianchuk, and Lukianchuk saving the shot that time round from her opposition number 4. Once again returned to that same direction, well saved and essentially cuddled up. Coming across from that near side, from the far side, sorry, to the near side. Shot down from the right, down into the middle. Ukraine now coming forward, pushed away and then held at the second attempt by Paraskevi. Evlampia straight down the middle, swallowed up by Bielik. And now Fakeva coming forward. She'll go for a bouncing effort. And then it's an instant return from that far side from Vasiliki, and that's the closest really Greece have got in this game. About an inch more to the left, and that was in. There is Evlampia. Blocked by Bielik. Comes back to Lukianchuk. Goes down towards this near side again, looking for that pocket space between the centre and this near side winger, who currently has the ball in her hand. Balling out with a bounce. Will it squirm in? No, it won't. That is a brilliant effort from Fakeva on that far side. She heard the bell. She racily leaped across the goal. It's just a tip that off the line and back into Lukianchuk's path. 1-0 it remains. 9 minutes to go. Grease ball. Nice shot, and it's in! Greece, all level! Wonderful finish there from Ago Vasiliki. Getting it in the pocket between the centre and the winger. And Ago Vasiliki makes it 1-1. Well, it's definitely what Greece deserve against the favourites in this game. And one of the favourites for the tournament, Ukraine. Delighted faces across the crowd for that equaliser as well. Can they take the lead now, looking for that same pocket of space between the centre and Bielik and Lukianchuk, the left winger. Now Fakeva going for it, smothered by the centre for Greece, Naka Palaskevi, and here's the goal scorer, Vasiliki. Going for another one, trying to beat Lukianchuk, doesn't go for her legs. Ukrainian ball. Anyone's guess where this game is going at the moment. Nearly tipped it in. Timeout has been called by the referees and coaches. So once more, with 8:16 left on the clock, 1-1 is the score. Once the referees have managed to just about get some quiet, we are back underway. Ukraine once again having to make some saves. Fakeva going herself this time. Really well held, I have to say, by Paraskevi. She's done that ever so well. The ball hasn't really gotten away from her a lot when it's gone down into her path. Oh, here it is, Fakeva. Again, straight down the centre. That's where a lot of these Ukrainian shots are going at the moment, down the centre. They need to be looking to the left and to the right. At the moment, same really has to go for Greece. You can understand what they're trying to do. Greece trying to find those pockets again, or those gaps as the Europeans call it. Amanda Dennis actually corrected me. It's actually called in the pocket if you get it between a centre and a winger. But Europeans, the GB team, call it in the gap. So whichever way you want to phrase it, that's what Greece are really trying to do at the moment, is try and find those spaces, let's call it, between the centre and the winger, but on this near side and occasionally on the far side. Whereas Ukraine at the moment, I can't quite see an identity to their play. It seems very horrid and rash, but this time it looks a little bit better. Going from one side of the pitch to the other there by Fakeva. Landing on this near side from the far. There doesn't seem to be much creativity from Ukraine at the minute. They're built on their stony defence, but when you have to go out and win a game, that's when you have to change up the tactics, and at the moment they're not quite doing so. But of course, plenty of time left, and they are holding firm at the moment against this constant real flood of Greek attack. There is Fakeva coming from the right towards the centre, shooting down towards the right, kicked away very well by Naka Paraskevi. There's Fakeva going down towards that far side again. Those shots that she's doing, she's getting plenty of power and even some relative accuracy, but it's just a little bit too far wide each time. Maybe if it was a little bit more inwards, might have a chance of beating Evelyn Pia, who shoots herself now. Well blocked with the outstretched feet of Bielik. Fakeva again seems the biggest outsource of danger at the moment for Greece. Oh, sorry, shall I say Ukraine against Greece. Greece now back in possession. Evalampia. She goes for a diagonal shot, and that's nearly squirmed in. A very good save from Fageva. I don't believe she knew much about it, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Over there on the right-hand side with her bright fluorescent pink hair. Was diving the wrong way, but her dangling feet just tipped that around the post to keep the scores at 1-1. So just a stoppage in play here. Bouncing effort, well blocked by the centre. Back out towards the right hand side it goes. Out of play. Ukrainian ball. Into the final quarter of this semi-final. Shot there, is it going to squirm in? It's the post! What a save from Evalampia. She had to get some luck on her side, which she did, but my oh my, did she have to put some effort in to save it in the first place. What a smart substitution she's been since coming on for Chakidali Eleni. Goes back to Evalampia, who races up again and tries to squirm it in. Can't do so. Back in Ukrainian possession. Here is Yulia Fakeva bouncing, blocked once more. Greece looking at the team on top. Well, that's squirming. Yes, it will! Greece take the lead with 5 minutes to go. Just bounces up over Bielik and Lukyanchov into the back of the net. And as a timeout is called with 5 minutes remaining, Ukraine 1, Greece 2 is the score. And Greece, as it stands, will be in tomorrow's grand final. Well, we have got a story unfolding in front of us here. I was speaking to many of the GoalBall experts really before this tournament. They were telling me, you know, Ukraine have got a good chance of winning. Second favourites after Finland. While Greece are also a very strong team, they did not expect them to make the final. Tips were Finland against Ukraine. And that could still very much happen. 5 minutes to go. A team need some sort of rallying cry. Blocked again there by Evalampia. Timeout again given. Some from the referees. Evalampia has gone through the wall and back. Yeah, for Greece since coming on. She has had a hell of an impact on this game. But she's definitely taken a bruising for it. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. But she's still going. And she's still doing ever so well. There you go, Greece trying to search for that second goal. A third goal in the game, but of course to give them that 2-goal clarity. Evalampia stopping that one. Now on the right hand side of centre. Stepping up. Sending that towards the pocket of space. And it's bounced in. It's 3-1 to Greece. The Ukrainian coach calling a timeout. But it is Ukraine 1. Greece 3. And where on earth do Ukraine go now? What can they do now? The mask of Mahalita Bielik is currently off. Referee is going over to sort that out in this timeout. She is incredibly frustrated with herself. Greece have been wonderful from start to finish in this game. They've been excellent and are well deserving of their 3-goal lead. Well, 2-goal lead, 3-1 in front, shall I say. With 4.5 minutes to go, Ukraine have still got plenty of time to get back into this. But you do fancy Greece to extend their lead rather than Ukraine get back into it. Shot there from Fakeva. There's been a bit of a tactical switch. Fakeva coming over towards his near side. And Lukianchuk going over towards the far. This is a nice tactical switch here from Greece, bringing over Vasiliki from that far side towards the near side. And it's worked! It's 4 for Greece! It's wonderful! They noticed that Ukraine had changed their formation and personnel up. They decided to give it a quick switch themselves, have exploited the gap, and have made it 4-1 to the Greeks. Smothered that by Naka Paraskevi. No substitutions for either team yet. Ukraine conceding 4, pretty much unheard of. They've only conceded 12 before this. In 6 games, they've conceded a third of that in 1. Nicely tipped around the post there by Lukianchuk. Ukrainian ball. Well held on by Greece, as they will now continue to try and charge ahead in front in this game. Bowled out ball towards that far side. Lukianchuk holds. Goes Avlampia, trying to squirm another one in. Definitely the player of the match for me so far. With 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Brilliantly tipped away there by another one of the most brilliant players in this game, Paraskevi. She's covered that centre so well from start to finish. Here is Evlampia. A shot does go out of play before it actually goes near the goal. Ukrainian ball. It's a bouncing effort, blocked well with the legs. On the centre. Goes out of play. Ukrainian ball. Here is Ulia Falkeva. A shot this time again. Well covered by Vasiliki. The defensive regiment of this Greek side has been ever so good in this game. Timeout has been called. With the score at 4-1 with 1 minute 39 to go. Very interesting time to call it. Ukraine staring down the barrel at defeat. Greece have got 1 foot in tomorrow's final, where they'll either face Finland or Hungary. I've got a pretty good feeling that they'll be cheering on Hungary during the game later on today. Finland firm favourites, haven't lost a game as of yet in this tournament. I think I'm right in saying. Sorry, no, I do stand corrected. They have lost 1 game during this tournament. But there is potential for that Finland and Greece final, potentially Hungary against Greece. Because at the moment, that is what will be happening. Greece are definitely going to be there as it stands. A minute and a half to go. They'll have to have an almighty collapse to force added time here. Lampia, she could finish it straight down the centre. Blocked well by Bielik, comes back out towards this left-hand side with Fekeva. Bouncing effort. Blocked well again by the centre. And it goes. Dropped at the feet of Vasiliki. Up to her feet. Charging effort there. Well blocked. Back up now. Ukraine in possession. Fakeva diving. Blocked again with the knee. It is Evlampia into the final 60 seconds. Ukraine. It's looking bleak. Substitution for Greece, and my player of the match is being replaced. Mavronati Evlampia comes off to be replaced by Stamati Evgenia for the final few moments of the game. Evlampia just getting a bit of a rest there, much deserved. She's gone through thick and thin through that game, really put her body on the line. And on that right hand side, Lukianchuk, the goal scorer in this game, but also missed that very crucial penalty at the 1-0 stage. Having a shot there. That's a very clever shot there from Greece, nearly working out, but Lukianchuk was equal to it. Going for those very careful ball rolls. Don't know whether that's to waste time or genuinely potentially to catch them off guard. Well, in any case, with only a few seconds remaining on the clock, it will be Greece in tomorrow's final. Ukraine lose by 4-1, and Greece are into the final of this GoalBall European Championships B. Brilliant stuff. Greece celebrates. They're jubilant. Ukraine devastated. They've been excellent throughout the whole tournament, but today just wasn't their day. They'll still be playing, though, in the 3rd place playoff for that bronze medal, and still, of course, for a place in the A Championships. But Greece are celebrating, and why not? They'll be facing Finland or Hungary in tomorrow's final. We'll find out who that will be in around 20 minutes' time, so don't go anywhere here on KuriakosTV. Commentator.